I have a couple of grandchildren here on the reservation, but I also have the majority of my grandchildren are in the Denver urban area. They are an important part of the human race. But in addition to that, for the segment of the human race that they were born into, they have a responsibility to be good leaders, good speakers, understand what they're saying and mean it from their heart, that their word is good, that they care not only for themselves as individuals, but they also understand the group environment and that group that they have an impact on. Because I think that we as tribal people have a very tribalistic perspective of group care, and we don't exist if we don't exist as a member of the group. So as an American Indian, as an individual, you are nothing, because in order to hold that designation, you have to be a member of the tribe.
American Indians being a community-oriented people, not individualistic, but working for the common good. That sounds like very American, but and where that the community is more important than the individual. And that's what ran counter to American thinking, and that American Indians were really kind of on the outside and were actually thought that they needed to be converted to become more individualistic. For American Indians to think that they're individuals, it runs counter against centuries of culture and ideology and thinking, because the worst thing that can happen to a Native person is to be banished from the community.
That in this culture, in the dominant culture, we stress individualism. But in our culture, the Indian culture, we stress family, the collective, the community. In our communities in ages past, everyone played their part. From the very old to the very young, everyone contributed to the whole. Everyone moved together. We were only as strong as our weakest warrior. We were only as fast as our slowest walker. We all moved together. For someone to step out of that would jeopardize not only himself or herself, but also the village, because that person was no longer contributing harmoniously.